Hi everyone, it's Maya from WholesomeYum.com, and today I'm showing you how to roast eggplant. This is one of my favorite summer veggies. It's a perfect way to use up this abundant veggie that's available all summer long and into early fall, but let's be real, roasted eggplant is delicious all year round. If you're not sure if you're an eggplant fan, this might be the recipe that changes your mind. The roasted eggplant comes out with nice caramelized edges, it's browned, it's a little sweet, a little salty, perfect mix of salty and savory here, and it takes just 30 minutes to make. There's a few ways you can cut eggplant for roasting. I'm gonna show you the method that I like to use and why this makes the best roasted eggplant. Let's do this. The ingredients for this recipe are super basic. The star of our roasted eggplant is, of course, the eggplant. Now, you're gonna wanna look for a firm eggplant, no soft spots, no brown spots, as few nicks as you can find, and if you can, look for a smaller eggplant. Now, that's not always possible. As you can see, I made do with what I could find. This one's a bit bigger, but keep in mind, if you get smaller eggplant, it's less likely to be bitter, so that's really nice. So go pick up some eggplant, and you probably already have everything else you need. Let's get started. We're going to start by slicing our eggplant into circles. You want them about 1/2 inch thick, just like this. This is what they're gonna look like. This is the perfect thickness for roasted eggplant. They're gonna shrink a little bit and the edges are going to caramelize really nicely. 1/2 inch is not too thick, so the eggplant is gonna cook pretty quickly, which is also gonna be nice. We don't want the eggplant in there for a whole hour. So you're gonna start with the end that does not have the leaves on it. That way you have the leafy end to grab onto as you're slicing. Now, there are a few different ways to cut eggplant for roasting. You could cut it into strips or into cubes. I prefer these slices because it's what gives us that really nice caramelization, and it's faster, it's a win-win. Once your first eggplant is sliced, repeat the same thing with the second one. We're gonna use 2 eggplants for this roasted eggplant recipe, and again, if you can, try to get small to medium eggplants. My second one is a little large, but it's okay, I'll make do. You can discard the leafy ends once you're done. Now we're going to arrange the eggplant slices in a single layer is important, on a sheet pan. Ideally, you would put the eggplant directly onto a sheet pan. That's what gives us really, really nice caramelization, really nice browning, but the sheet pan you use does matter. Some sheet pans are going to stick, so if yours is prone to sticking, you might have to oil it first. I really like this sheet pan I use. It has this cool silicone surface. It has these little ridges that's gonna prevent sticking. I'm gonna link it down below if you wanna try this one out. Once you have your eggplant in a single layer, we're gonna brush it with olive oil. Now, if you like, you can just drizzle the olive oil on, that's totally fine, but I prefer to brush it on because that's what gives us a really nice, even layer of olive oil. I also like a generous amount of olive oil because this is gonna make our eggplant super juicy, super flavorful. It's gonna be so good. We're gonna flip the eggplant slices over and repeat the olive oil on the other side. The amount of olive oil you need is going to vary a little bit depending on the size of your eggplant, how much olive oil you put on each slice. I usually use about 1/4 cup of olive oil total per recipe, but as you can see, I ran out a little bit, so I'm gonna add a little more, and we're just gonna finish brushing that on. Don't skimp on the olive oil. It is so worth it and so delicious. Next, we're going to add our seasonings. Seasoning for roasted eggplant is super simple. I think simple is best. We're gonna add some fresh cracked sea salt and some fresh cracked black pepper. Now, if you like and you wanna be precise, you can use pre-ground salt and pepper. It's about 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt and 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper for the whole recipe. I usually just like to crack it on using these grinders. That way it goes on super evenly, and it's really hard to get the wrong amount anyway. Just a generous sprinkle is perfect. Finally, we're gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Again, sprinkle that on. And then we're going to flip the eggplant slices over and repeat the seasonings on the other side. The amounts I've listed are the total amounts for the recipe, so if you are measuring out, be sure you use half on the first side and half on the second side. If you want to get a little fancy, feel free to experiment with other seasonings. Italian seasoning is absolutely delicious. It's great on roasted eggplant. If you want to add that, it'll be about 1 to 2 teaspoons for the whole recipe, but today I'm keeping it super simple, just the salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Now we're going to roast our eggplant in the oven. We're going to cook it at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Be sure your oven is preheated first, and it'll take about 30 to 35 minutes. You're going to take the eggplant out of the oven halfway through and flip the slices over, then continue baking until they are nice and golden. Once your eggplant is done roasting, I like to use this little turner to release it from the pan. There may be a few pieces that stick, that's totally fine. Just do the best you can. You may also want to monitor your eggplant in the oven during the last 5 minutes, and you might need to take it out about 5 minutes earlier or 5 minutes later, depending on how dark you like it. I like my roasted eggplant with a lot of browning. It tastes sweet and caramelized. It's the best part for me, but if you like yours less done, then you might need to take it out a little bit sooner. I think this eggplant already looks pretty gorgeous. It's shiny, it's browned, but I highly recommend you add a little sprinkle of parsley for garnish. It just really adds that pop of color. Just beautiful. Okay, let me get myself a plate. I'm gonna take just a couple pieces, but seriously, I would love to have this whole thing. Oh, and the marinara sauce, this is a must. You have to dip your eggplant in this. I'm gonna spoon off a little bit just for me. Isn't this little ramekin cute? I think these are really cute for a personal size serving dish. All right, gonna use a knife and fork, dig into these, resist the urge to grab the whole thing. Dip it into that marinara sauce. Delicious. In the summer, I could eat this eggplant as a whole meal, seriously, it's really good. But if you need ideas for what to serve it with, try it with some chicken or some fish. I have a video for that coming up as well. You really can't go wrong with it. I hope you'll make this eggplant recipe soon. It's one of my favorites. I know it's gonna be one of yours too. If you do, be sure to leave me a comment, tell me what you think. I love hearing from you guys. And snap a photo, post it with #WholesomeYum so that I can see it. See you next time on Wholesome Yum, where I show you easy, healthy recipes, all with 10 ingredients or less.